Let us proceed with the first song.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, April 12th. It is 65 degrees at the Grapevine Weather Station at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. 52 degrees and raining at the East End Station. For those of us here in the FW Metroplex that is a pollen morning, I can feel it in my soul. I hope you're all having a great start to your weekend. This is Aurora of Nickel TP, courtesy of YouTube 3.
Let us proceed with the first song.
Alright, good morning, everybody. I hope your Friday morning is going well. I just want to clear up a little confusion over the timing of the stream. The time of the stream has always been at 10 o'clock on Friday mornings. And I understand that could be a little confusing to some people, to the world, because I've moved time zones. So 10 o'clock is different it's now an hour later. So now I'm in Central Time. So if you're in Eastern Time, the stream is now at 11 o'clock. If you're in Central Time, the stream is at 10 o'clock. I know the first week that I was in Texas, I did the stream at 9 o'clock. I just wanted to, at 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, just to try to sort of bridge it over. But from this point going forward, I'm planning on making it 10 o'clock Central Time and 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Alright, so let's take a look at your weather forecast. Well, not your weather forecast, my weather forecast. Well, some of your weather forecast. So you're courtesy of the Grapevine Weather Station at Dallas Fort Worth International Airport. It is currently 67 degrees, and it looks like it's going to warm up to 79 degrees this evening. So nice warm evening, nice start to the weekend. Over for our friends in Portland, Maine, it is 52 degrees and raining currently, courtesy to the East End Station, and it's just going to get colder. And it looks like you guys have a wind advisory in Maine. Been very windy here in Texas. We've had a bunch of severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings this past week. Fun stuff. All right. Moving on to the stream, I just exited out of what I wanted to go over here. All right, so for starters, for news, let's start. The newest episode of the Spider Queen podcast is going to be coming out fairly soon. It's only been a year since the last episode, but the newest episode should be coming out fairly soon. Keep an eye out for that. And the Legacy of Bakashi Part 1 should be coming out sometime in early/mid-May, and will run through the rest of the spring into the summer. more fun stuff. I'm just looking for something here that I accidentally exited out of something and now I'm trying to fix it. um, this is not necessarily what I wanted, but we'll go with this. Hold on. Hold your horses. That's not at all what I wanted. Sorry. I'm trying to do something and nothing is cooperating with me. Okay. I think this is going to be as close as we're going to get to what I wanted. Yeah, this is going to be as close as we want to get to what we wanted. Okay, before we start, I want to mention a website, and I also want to start by saying that this is not a plug. I'm not plugging this website. I am not sponsoring this website. It's just a website that I enjoy, that I think is very helpful. So it's called Bulbapedia, and for those of you that don't know what Bulbapedia is, it is an encyclopedia on all things Pokemon, from the games to the anime, the manga, the TCG, the characters, literally everything that you can think of. Let me go ahead and show you. This is Bulbapedia. They got everything that you'll ever need. This is what I always use for all of my Pokemon facts. You can go to the anime. Literally everything that you could ever imagine. List of anime episodes. And it will give you literally every single episode that's ever existed. And then you can click on it, and it'll give you all of the information, the characters that were in the episode, trivia about that episode, errors, dub edits. It'll give you major events that happened in that episode. Just a fun website. I always use it. Wanted to share it. Okay. Now what we're doing for today's stream is our tier lists videos have been pretty big successes, so I want to continue with that. Continue doing tier list videos or another tier list stream, and today we're going to tier list. Can I hold on? I want to see if I can do this the right way here. Window capture. Alright, let me just. I'm trying to get rid of the ads, but I don't know if I can get rid of the ads. Okay. There we go. So now you should be seeing my window. We are gonna be doing tier lists for Pokemon anime series. Now I'm gonna try to do something that might break the thing, but I'm gonna try to get rid of the advertisement. I got rid of that one. Let's get rid of this one. Here's a little tip for you guys. Inspect element is your friend. Okay, I didn't get rid of that one, but I got rid of the one on the side, which is the one that was really bothering me. Let's see, did it get rid of the bottom one? No. Oh my gosh, Fidium internet, go away. I'm gonna try this one more time. Delete it. Let me delete that. Hopefully it didn't break the page. Whatever. I just broke the ad. Fine by me. Alright. You can't really see it anyway, but I got rid of the ad on the side. Just checking to see comments here. Unfortunately, when I check comments, it switches over the page. Alright, so we're doing a Pokemon anime tier list. I don't know why there's two Pokemon the series XYs on here. That's interesting. One must be Kalos Quest and one must not be. They must have got cut off. Alright, so let's begin. Let's name our tiers here. S will be our... No. S can't be Arceus. A has to be Arceus here. We'll make S Pokemon Master Tier. No, I don't like that. Why is it broken? There, that's going to be as close, I think, to perfect as we can get. I think that's how you spell Arceus. I'm not sure. Add to dictionary, so I don't have to look at it. B tier, this will be Brock tier. I was going to do Bidoof, but we'll do Brock. Brocco. We'll do C for Silent. D for Dent. Which Dent is silent in Japanese, so that doesn't really work. That means we have 2 silent tiers. I don't like this big play now, but this big start now button at the bottom. That's really sketchy. Now it's a Best Buy ad. We'll do D for Delia. Ash's mom is the worst tier, I guess. Alright. Where is it? Am I blind? Does anyone see Indigo League? Or is it just not on here? Oh, wait, I am blind. It's right here. Well, we'll start everything out in the middle here as a way to view them. Alright. So this is Pokemon Indigo League, Season 1 of the anime. The first season, it had about, 81 episodes? Maybe 72 episodes? The English dub had a lot of episodes that was cut from the first season, so the actual season is longer than what the English dub got. Fun fact, a lot of those banned episodes were actually dubbed in English. They just never made it. I have one of the first DVD release sets of the Pokemon Indigo League. So I have on my DVD set, I have almost all of the episodes that were banned. I have on the DVD set. Fun fact: you won't find those episodes in the new releases of the Indigo League. The Indigo League is the start of it all. We meet Ash, Pikachu. They start their journey with Misty and Brock. I've heard from a lot of people that are friends of mine that play Pokemon that they're not interested in watching the anime because of the amount of filler that is in the Pokemon anime, and they're not wrong. The anime has a substantial amount of filler in it, but otherwise it would be so short. If there wasn't filler in the Pokemon anime, it would be 8 episodes. They go to the 8 gyms, they do the thing, whatever. But I admit that there are some filler episodes that are a drag. They're not as fun to watch. Yada yada yada. But I think in Indigo League, I don't think there's one bad filler episode. The episodes are just all classics. They all are so good. It's the start of the series, and they started it strong, and it was so fun. You really get to meet Ash. Ash was kind of a jerk in the first season. I don't know if you guys remember. He was kind of mean, but it was funny. Ash was so funny. Like it was great. And I'm putting Indigo League and Pokemon Master Tier. Sue me if you do not agree that it should go in Pokemon Master Tier. And who can forget the entrance theme, the Pokemon theme song? Oh my gosh, just Indigo League goes in Pokemon Master Tier. All right, here we go with Adventures in the Orange Islands, the second season of the Pokemon anime, which takes place in the Orange Archipelago, the Orange Islands, which do not actually exist. Fun fact for those of you that did not know, the second season of Pokemon Adventures in the Orange Islands is all filler. It is not canon. Well, it's hard to talk about canon, but it is not. It's filler. It is a filler series. The whole season is a filler, and I'm going to explain it to you. So when the Pokemon anime came out, obviously it came out in Japan before it came out in America. In America, I believe the games came out first, but the anime in Japan, I think, was like a year and a half ahead. And when the Japanese anime had finished Indigo League, and as you know, the anime is based off of the video games, Pokemon Gold and Silver, which were the sequel to Red and Green, had not come out yet. So the anime could not go to the Johto region because the games were not out yet. So they made a bridge series so instead of ending the anime or whatever, they decided to do Adventures in the Orange Islands, which was a bridge season that bridged between Kanto, the Indigo League season, and the Johto League season. Everything that was in the Adventures in the Orange Islands is an anime original and was made up for the anime and was not from the games. Now, when they released Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Game Boy Advance later on in Gen 3, they added the Sevi Islands to the game, which were an archipelago off of Kanto, which is sort of like what the Orange Islands are. So it's kind of the Orange Islands game counterpart, but it is not the same as the Orange Islands. The islands have different names, and then you do not go around to the islands and get gym badges, and there's not the Orange League. So the Orange League was completely made up for the anime. Kind of a fun fact. And this isn't the first time that this is. No, I mean, this is the first time that they did this, but it's not the last time that they did a bridge, like a bridge. Sorry, I keep switching between the two tabs here to check on comments. I should just pull up YouTube on my phone so that I can see what you guys are saying. It'd be so much easier. I might do that. So, Adventures in the Orange Islands is actually honestly one of my favorite series. I thought it was really fun. There are some really good episodes in there. Charizard Chills, Pokemon Stage Fright, Pokemon Food Fight, The Lost Lapras, the Orange League itself, Ash and the Orange League Championship. There are a lot of solid episodes in the Orange League. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. And again, I'm gonna put Orange League and Pokemon Master. Again, at the end, I might switch everything up. Um, Once we see it, I have a tend to rank things very high when I shouldn't. I'm trying to pull up the stream on my phone. All right, I think I'm on the right stream. No, I'm not on the right stream. That was last week's. Oh, duh. Click live. Why is it not? You know what? I'll just keep switching by periodically. I don't know why I can't watch my own live stream. Oh, I know. If I sign into my other YouTube account, I can. Bear with me here. I'm trying to be a good host. I'm trying to be a gracious host here. Sign into Iceberg City Gaming. Why isn't it letting me switch account? Why is it letting me switch my account? Oh, here we go. Oh, my audio isn't that great. I'm sorry, you guys. Okay, I pulled it up on my phone. Great. Let's move on to the Johto Journeys. Oh my gosh! Before we move on to the Johto Journeys, I have to say, Pokemon World, the theme song for the theme song, not theme song. The theme song for Adventures in Orange Islands was also amazing. We all live in a Pokemon world. Pokemon. Okay. Enough of me embarrassing myself. Here we go. Pokemon the Johto Journeys, where the winds of New Bark Town, where the winds of new beginnings blow. Pokemon the Johto Journeys. They ditched Tracy and Ash, Misty, and Brock once again set off on their journey, now through the Johto region, the second generation of Pokemon. Following the events of the game of Gold and Silver, Ash, Misty, and Brock travel through the Johto region and collect the 8 Johto region badges. The Johto Journeys was fun. It was a good start to the Johto saga. We catch a Cyndaquil, Totodile, Chikorita, a shiny Noctowl, Heracross, and he adds them to his team. And how can we forget about the saddest moment in the Johto Journeys, which is when Ash says goodbye to Charizard at the Charcific Valley, which is also an anime original thing. The Charcific Valley doesn't actually exist in the game, but when Ash but when Ash says goodbye to Charizard, and Charizard goes to train to become a stronger Charizard. It's a very sad moment, especially because Ash and Charizard sort of just started getting along together towards that tail end of the Orange Islands and the Johto journeys. One of my favorite episodes is when Ash meets Casey for the first time, and Casey is a brand new Pokemon trainer, and they have a battle, and Ash just sends out Charizard, and her like Pidgey and her Chikorita and her Rattata just can't even like hold a feather to Ash's Charizard. Oh man, Johto Journeys was good. Made me cry with Charizard chills. We got our original trio back. We get Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet shows up for Team Rocket because Jesse accidentally drops Lickitung's Pokeball, and then they get Wobbuffet. Fun stuff. I'm gonna put Johto Journeys in Brock tier because Brock came back in Johto Journeys, and also Johto Journeys was fun, but I'm not gonna say that it was the strongest point in the Johto generation. So then next up we have Pokemon Johto League Champions. The name is kind of deceiving, right? Because Johto League Champions part of is not when they go to the Johto League. is not when they do the Johto League conference. So it's kind of confusing. Um, theme song's pretty cool in Johto League Champions. They sort of bring back the original theme song, but they change it up just a tiny bit. Johto League Champions, we delve into that middle part of the Gold and Silver games. You know, the middle of the region when it really starts to get juicy. Now I'm trying to remember if Johto League Champions. Now I gotta pull up my list of Pokemon episodes that I was just looking at. Pull it up here on my phone. I'm trying to remember if in Johto League Champions, this is gonna go quicker if I do this list of Pokemon episodes. Bulbapedia. All right, let's go to original series, Johto League arc. Trying to remember exactly where. It's not gonna say when it started, what episode it started on. Haha. Give me a second here. Okay, that's what I thought. So Johto League Champions begins in Goldenrod City. So probably Goldenrod Opportunity is probably the first episode. Born to be Winner, yes. Let's see if the Fortune Hunter says it. No, it doesn't. So yes, the Goldenrod Opportunity is the first episode of Johto League Victors. So we start off with Ash and his gym battle with the worst gym leader ever. No, Whitney. And if anyone has played the Gold and Silver games or have played Heart Gold, Soul Silver, you know that Whitney is like the most frustrating gym leader of all time with Miltank and Milk Drink, and it is just, oh my gosh, it's ridiculous. Imagine if Whitney was the final gym leader and that Miltank was like level 50. My gosh, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Anyway, it starts with Goldenrod Opportunity, so it starts off strong with a gym battle. You go into airtime, which is cool. I mean, did radio, so I appreciated that. You have all sorts of fun stuff. Brock releases Vulpix, which is kind of sad. Um, Gary comes back. I'm trying to see, is this when the Lugia episodes were? Yeah, Freeze Frame with Todd Snap comes back. I have a fun fact about Todd Snap that I want to bring up here in a second. But I wanted to see if No, it wasn't. Okay. Todd Snap. For those of you that remember, Todd Snap originally, he was in the first season of Pokemon. They did an episode with him, and Ash told him to get a new life. My camera is my life. Get a new life. And then he's in Johto League Champions, where they see Articuno, and I think that's the last time that you see Todd Snap in the anime until, get ready for it, probably 1,000 episodes later, in the final episode of the Masters 8 tournament in Pokemon Ultimate Journeys, the final episode with Ash versus Leon, the part 4, at the very beginning of the episode, you see the back of Todd Snap walking towards the stadium, and that is, I'm pretty sure, the next time that he is seen on screen, almost 1,000 episodes later. Another fun fact about the Masters 8 tournament: every single companion or rival of Ash's makes an appearance during the Masters 8 tournament. They all do, which is kind of cool. Kenny, everybody, everyone does. Just keep your eye out for that. They're cameo appearances, so they don't say any lines. But if you pay close enough attention, they all make an appearance, which is a kind of a cool thing that the animators threw in there to celebrate, the Masters 8 tournament. I'm going to rate Johto League Champions as above Johto Journeys. I think that it was a little bit better. Next up is Pokemon Master Quest. Again, I don't know why I did not... Hold on. Excuse me. I don't know why that they decided to name Johto League Champions and then Master Quest, and not Master Quest as the middle series and then Johto League Champions as the last one, because in Master Quest they go to the Johto League. Don't know. Pokemon Master Quest starts off really strong. You start off with the Hi-Ho Silver Bells, the whole Lugia thing with Team Rocket and Butch and Cassidy and Giovanni, and them like stealing the Lugia, the Lake of Rage with the shiny Gyarados, and you bring in Lance of the Pokemon G-Men. I don't know why they decided to not make Lance. They didn't announce Lance as the Pokemon champion in that, but they announced him as the leader of the Pokemon G-Men, but not as the champion. I have no idea why they did that. I really have no idea. And it's strange, because the Elite Four does exist. They do mention the Elite Four in the original series. In the first season, in Indigo League, there's an episode where Ash and Brock go up in the mountains to meet Bruno of the Kanto Elite Four. In the Orange Islands, they meet Prima, or whatever they called her. I think Prima, right? And she was a member of the Kanto Elite Four. The thing that blows my mind is that they gave her a made-up name. They gave her a made-up name when she exists in the game, but her name's L'Oreal in the game. So they met her, and then they meet Lance of the But they announced Bruno and L'Oreal, or Prima, whatever they name her. They announced them as Elite Four, but they didn't mention Lance as an Elite Four. And then later at the end of Pokemon Advanced Battle, when Ash comes back to Kanto and he meets Agatha, who is the 4th member of the Pokemon Kanto Elite Four. I don't know why they didn't announce Lance as a member of the Elite Four, but a Pokemon G-Men. Anyways, they start out strong with that, and then Ash goes and he battles Ice Price Baby. You know what? Let me bring it back up again. We'll look at the episode. This would be a good way. Would also help, I think. We can look at the episodes together as we go through them. We get Parent Trapped. A Promise is a Promise. We get all these fun stuff. For Ho-Oh, the Bells Toll. Extreme Pokemon, that was another fun one. Man, I want to go back and rewatch all of this stuff. Yeah, here we go. Talking about Evolution, Rage of Innocence. Here's the Lake of Rage. As Cold as Price. Nice Price Baby. Hocus Pokemon, where Ash becomes Pikachu. It's another fun one. The Real Professor Oak Stand Up, which is kind of funny because they have 2 episodes that are like this. There's another episode in Sinnoh that's like that. the Ice Cave, which never aired in English because it had a jinx in it, and then the episodes where Ash battles Claire, and then of course um, the Johto League Silver Conference. Um, I think Master Quest is awesome. I think it's definitely the strongest season. It's definitely my favorite season of the Johto League trilogy. It's cool, and let's not forget the awesome battles of the Johto League Silver Conference. I mean, we got the Ash versus Gary fight that everyone has wanted since day one, right? Everyone has wanted that Ash versus Gary fight. It didn't happen in the Indigo League, and now it's finally happening in it finally happens in Master Quest, and Ash wins, and Ash makes it pretty far, and then he loses to that guy from Hoenn, which is the bridge to telling Ash you need to go to the Hoenn region. Um, Ash brings back all of his Pokemon. You get Charizard. They all compete in Master Quest. I'm putting Master Quest in Arceus tier. I think Master Quest was great. Now here's where I kind of want to bridge a gap here before we go into Hoenn. Pokemon. I definitely spelled that wrong. Pokemon Chronicles. I don't know how many of you know about um, Pokemon Chronicles, but here we are. We're on the Bulbapedia page for it. So, Pokemon Chronicles was a series that was released in between Master Quest and Pokemon Advanced. Pokemon Chronicles never had an United States DVD release. The DVD release was only in the in the UK and Australia. It did air for a limited time on Cartoon Network here in the United States. But Pokemon Chronicles, it did not star Ash at all. In the Pokemon Chronicles, it features Brock, Misty, Jesse, James, Butch Cassidy, Giovanni, Delia, Professor Oak, Gold, and Silver. So it's Brock's family. You have Butch Cassidy. Richie is in it. Everyone is sort of in it besides Ash, and it's because it takes place between Johto and Hoenn. Some fun stuff happens in Pokemon Chronicles. Misty returns. Here are the important events. I'll read them to you. So, first of all, Brock leaves his Pokemon with his brother Forrest, so Forrest can be the gym leader, and then he goes and joins Ash in Hoenn. So, as you know, at the end of Johto, Ash, Misty, and Brock split up, and they go their separate ways, and Brock says he has to go back to the gym. Well, Brock goes back to the gym, and then in Pokemon Advanced, in the Hoenn region, Brock comes back. Well, what happened? They show that in Pokemon Chronicles. Brock leaves his Pokemon with his brother Forrest and makes Forrest the temporary Pewter City gym leader, and then Brock goes and returns his journey with Ash and Hoenn. Misty goes back to the gym. Misty, this is when you find out Misty overcomes her fear of Gyarados. And they battle the Invincible Brothers again. I don't know if you remember these guys. They made an appearance in the anime at one point. Sakura from Naruto. Oh, that's Sakura. I couldn't remember that. Professor Oak begins reaching Pokerus. And then what my favorite episode is from Pokemon Chronicles is there's an episode where Jesse, James, and Meowth recall when they first met each other and when they were training as Team Rocket agents and they were training against Cassidy and Butch. And it was such a cool episode. And in it, James has his famous, Jesse goes, I better not have to carry you, James. And then James goes, no one's ever carried me since my mummy. Anyway, it's a fun, it's a really fun little saga, and the DVD was never released in the United States. But it was cool, and it was fun, and it was just one of those things that was a temporary thing that you could watch on Cartoon Network. Yeah, and Gloomy Squid, I see you love the theme song in Pokemon Chronicles. I have know a lot of people that like the theme song in Pokemon Chronicles. It was a good theme song. Unfortunately, Pokemon Chronicles never made a DVD release. Who knows? Maybe they will. I don't think so. I mean, they've already Pokemon is re-releasing all of the DVD sets now, because what Pokemon used to do is they used to do single volumes, like volume one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way through the season, and they did that up through um, X and Y, and then when Sun and Moon started coming out, they would just release the season completely, like the complete seasons. And now they've gone back and they've the Pokemon Company is releasing all the older seasons as only DVD sets, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, I have all of the DVD volumes. Like um, for Pokemon Advanced Battle, instead of the DVD, I have all 10 volumes for Pokemon Advanced Battle, instead of the one DVD set. But anyway, unfortunately, the next DVD set that the Pokemon Company is releasing is Pokemon the Series X and Y. So they're way past the Johto saga and the Hoenn saga, and they didn't release Chronicles. So I really doubt that the Pokemon Company will ever release Pokemon Chronicles on DVD. Um, I really do not know even how you can view it. It's possible that you can rent it on YouTube. You can buy the Pokemon Chronicles DVDs from the UK or from Australia because they are in English. It is the English dubcast that does that it did it, but unfortunately you're not going to be able to play that DVD because those DVDs are set for Region 2 DVD players, and we are region and the United States is in Region 1, so the DVD format isn't going to work. I do not think. Um, so you can try it if you want, but I don't think it's going to work. And I am not a supporter of piracy, so I'm not going to say go online and pirate it. I'm sure you could find it online somewhere, but I do not support piracy, so do not go and pirate it. Um, it'll greatly disappoint me. I'm going to refill my coffee here while we bridge the gap before we enter Pokemon Advanced. All right, Pokemon Advanced, which I believe the Pokemon Company is now trying to remarket it as Pokemon the series Ruby and Sapphire. Um, I believe that they are. I believe they're marketing it as Pokemon the series Ruby and Sapphire, which makes sense. Um, it makes sense that it's called Pokemon the series Ruby and Sapphire because those are the games that it's based off of. But instead it was called Pokemon Advanced, and I'm pretty sure it's called Pokemon Advanced because the games came out on the Game Boy Advanced. Um, the Ruby Sapphire games, the whole Generation 3 was on the Game Boy Advanced. And that's the only really explanation I can give to you as why they called it Pokemon Advanced and not Pokemon the series Ruby and Sapphire. But they also never but they also didn't call the Johto series Pokemon the series Gold and Silver, and they didn't call the Indigo League Pokemon the series Red and Green or Pokemon the series Red and Blue. For those of you that don't know, I know I said Red and Green earlier. The original Pokemon games were Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green. Pokemon Blue came out after. Pokemon Green was never released in the United States. In the United States, it was Pokemon Red and Blue. But yeah, they didn't call the Johto series Gold and Silver. They didn't call um, the Indigo League Red and Blue or Red and Green. They made names up for it. They didn't start naming the series after the games until the English dub didn't name the series after the games until the Pokemon Company International took over the dubbing service from 4Kids. All right, so Pokemon Advanced. I wanna be a hero. What a great opening for Pokemon Advanced. Pokemon Advanced. We go to the Hoenn region. We meet May and Max, and Brock comes back, and they travel through Hoenn. And a lot of people, Hoenn is their favorite region. A lot of fun stuff happened in it. A poached ego was very, very sad. We get introduced to Pokemon contests, which is kind of cool. We get a new sort of thing that goes on in the series. We have Stairway to Devon, which is the Devon Corp. Brave the Wave. A Whole Lot of Trouble is pretty funny. Just got a lot of classic episodes in Pokemon Advanced. A 3-team scheme. Who can forget that? Team Rocket, Team Magma, and Team Aqua. I'm trying to remember when Advanced ends and Advanced Challenge be. Oh, Princess and the Togepi is when it begins. There's a specific episode that I'm looking for in Pokemon Advanced. I believe it was in Advanced, but it might have been an Advanced Battle. No, it will be whenever they went to that second. Should be whenever they went to the second gym. So it should have been around here. A Whole Lot of Trouble is the episode I was looking for. Yeah. So in A Whole Lot of Trouble, they meet Steven Stone, which, as everyone knows, Steven Stone is the gym leader, not the gym leader, the champion of the Hoenn region. Now, Steven Stone, once again, like Lance, is not introduced as the champion of the Hoenn region. He's just introduced as Steven Stone, the son of the Devon Corp, the son of the president of the Devon Corporation, and he is doing a mining dig in the cave because he researches stones and he's a rock type specialist. And then when Ash meets up with in Pokemon XYZ, Steven Stone is involved in the battle with Team Flare, and they never mention the fact that they met before, which I think is kind of funny. And then, obviously, Ash battles Steven Stone in Pokemon Ultimate Journeys in the Masters Day Tournament. Now, my theory as to why Steven Stone wasn't introduced as the champion in Pokemon Advanced is because in the anime, we find out later down the line in Advanced Battle, and when Ash goes to battle the 8th Gym Leader, that Wallace is the Pokemon champion. But I don't know if they thought that far ahead, because let me explain something. So in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Wallace is the 8th Gym Leader, and Steven Stone is the champion of the Hoenn region. Then Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green came out in order because they wanted to be able to trade Kanto Pokemon over to Ruby and Sapphire, but they couldn't do that before, so they released Fire Red and Leaf Green. And then after that, they released Pokemon Emerald, the remake to Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. And in Pokemon Emerald, there were a lot of differences. In Pokemon Emerald, both teams were in it. Both Team Aqua and Team Magma were in it. Scott from the Battle Frontier sort of follows you around the whole game. The Battle Frontier is in it. And Wallace is no longer the 8th Gym Leader. Wallace is the champion. So time has passed between Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald. Sort of like how in Black and White and Black 2, White 2, 2 years had passed and Alder is no longer the champion and Black 2, White 2, Iris is. So Wallace becomes the champion. But I don't know if that early on in the Pokemon Advanced anime, if Emerald had even come out yet and they thought that far ahead. They might have. I don't know. But I'm going to put Advanced between Johto Journeys and Johto League Champions. They had a nice entrance. Nice entrance theme for Advanced. Let's move on. The next is Advanced Battle. Oh, another great opening. Advanced Battle. Advanced Challenge, sorry. Advanced Challenge starts off with the return of Misty, which is kind of cool, you know, and Togepi. And Misty releases Togetic. Now I can't even find it. For me, that's sort of like that episode is sort of like the pinnacle of Advanced Challenge. Is the Princess and the Togepi and the Togepi Mirage. And then it's just sort of, you know, it's more Team Aqua, Team Magma stuff, just more Hoenn stuff. Advanced Challenge is fun. Don't really have much more to say about Advanced Challenge. I'm going to put Advanced Challenge as our first silent tier, just because something needs to be in silent tier. I feel bad. Advanced Battle. Whoa, whoa. Pokemon Advanced Battle is that final series, the final saga in the Hoenn region saga. It starts off really strong because it starts off with gaining Groudon, the Scuffle of Legends. It's still rock and roll to me. The whole battle with Team Aqua and Team Magma and Team Rocket. A great sort of way to start off. Great, great part of the show. Lance of the Pokemon G-Men comes back, and I think the only reason he came back is because Fire Red Leaf Green came out, and they were bridging it. Actually, there's a whole. I'm about to get into that. Into some pretty serious depth here. Pokemon. Pokemon Advanced Battle is also the last series that was dubbed by the Pokemon by 4Kids before it went over to the Pokemon Company International. So Pokemon Advanced Battle is the last chapter in Hoenn. Ash battles the 7th gym, the 8th gym, and then goes on to the Hoenn League where he loses pretty bad to the guy that uses a Meowth. And then he goes back to Kanto and he meets Agatha. And he starts his journey down the road of the Battle Frontier, and he battles the first Frontier Brain who has an Articuno. That was really cool. Who can forget Charizard versus Articuno? That was such a cool fight. I'm putting Advanced Battle in High Brock tier. Now we're going on to Pokemon Battle Frontier. Put it in the middle for us to review it. Battle Frontier. Now I want to mention something about Battle Frontier here. So I don't know if Battle Frontier was sort of made like an Orange Islands, like a bridge between Hoenn and Sinnoh. I don't know. Maybe the Diamond and Pearl games weren't out yet, and that's why they decided to do Battle Frontier. Or maybe they just decided to do Battle Frontier because, it was a huge part of Pokemon Emerald. But this is sort of where it gets a little tricky. Not tricky. It gets a little. It can get a little confusing for some people. So, the Battle Frontier in Pokemon Battle Frontier, Ash, Brock, May, and Max travel through the Kanto region to battle the different Frontier Brains to battle the Battle Frontier. But the Battle Frontier is in the Hoenn region. And it is the Hoenn region Battle Frontier that Ash is battling. In none of the games is the Battle Frontier in Kanto. At all. And actually, is the Battle Frontier in Soul Silver Heart Gold? Maybe I don't want to say no. But even if it wasn't Soul Silver Heart Gold, it was in the Johto region. It wouldn't have been in Kanto. So none of the games, the Battle Frontier is in Kanto. However, the Hoenn Battle Frontier is in Kanto. And I have a reasoning on why I think that this is true. On why I think that they put the Battle Frontier in Kanto and not in Hoenn. And I think it's because Fire Red Leaf Green had come out. And they wanted to bridge the anime with the game. So Fire Red and Leaf Green took place in the Kanto region. So my guess is that the reason that they put the Battle Frontier in the Kanto region is because they wanted to get people that are watching the anime, oh, this is taking place in Kanto. This new game came out that takes place in Kanto. So they wanted people that watch the anime to play the game. Then people that play the game, oh, this game is in Kanto. Oh, the anime is in Kanto. So my guess is they put the Battle Frontier in Kanto so that they could bridge the gap between the game and the anime and sort of show off the game, show off Kanto and like advertise for the game in the anime, even though the anime wasn't taking place in the Battle Frontier. They sort of did that in Diamond and Pearl. When Soul Silver Heart Gold came out, they had like a whole saga that revolved around the Johto region and Soul Silver Heart Gold, and Crystal was in it. So I think that's what they wanted to do. That's why I think the Battle Frontier took place in Kanto. Personally, I don't have any problems with it taking place in Kanto. I love Kanto. It was great nostalgia for everyone that had watched the Pokemon anime, the Indigo League, to go back through Kanto again, and we got to go back to all of like the interesting spots. Like the Grand Festival was even at the Indigo Plateau. So it was fun. I really enjoyed being able to go back to Kanto, and I think I really loved Battle Frontier. I thought Battle Frontier was so cool. Um, it was the first anime that was first series dubbed by the Pokemon Company International. Honestly, I'm putting Battle Frontier in Arceus tier. I really enjoy Battle Frontier. I remember when Battle Frontier came out on a home video release. I was in New York City. I was very young. I was with my mother, and we were in New York City. And at the time, we were visiting some friends in New York City. And at the time, um, Hollywood Video, Blockbuster, like all the video stores had closed, and there weren't really video stores in the main area. And we were in New York City, and there was a video store, JVC Video, and it was somewhere. Was it uptown? No, it was downtown. I think it was in the financial district. Maybe it was down by NYU. Somewhere in that area, down by like 8th Street and Cooper Square. You guys don't know New York City. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, somewhere in that low downtown area of Manhattan, and it was JVC, and it was a department store, like massive department store. It was like a Macy's or a Sears or something like that. But it had multiple buildings and floors of different things. And one of their departments was JVC Video. And I dragged my mom all the way downtown. We were in Midtown Manhattan. I dragged her all the way downtown through some really sketchy alleys, through the subway, and I was really young, just to go to JVC Video so I could buy the Pokemon Battle Frontier home video release. It's a good memory, isn't it? When I had moved back to New York City when I was in college, I checked and JVC Video had closed. But I'm looking at the home video release I have of Pokemon Battle Frontier that I got dragging my mom across Manhattan. Good memories. Call your mothers, folks. I'm going to call my mom after this. That's funny. Um, so anyway, I really enjoyed Pokemon Battle Frontier. I think, actually, I'm going to put Battle Frontier in front, top of Master Quest. I think Battle Frontier was one of the. I really enjoyed it. I think Battle Frontier was so fun. The battles were so intense. So I'm putting Battle Frontier in Hierarchiest here. Um, I also think the voice cast did a really good job. As I mentioned, this is the first season that the Pokemon Company International took over for took over from 4Kids, and they changed the voice cast. And I think the voice cast did a really good job until I learned that the voice cast had changed. I had no idea. Like I literally had no idea watching the anime. From Advanced Battle Frontier, I had no idea the voice cast changed. If I hadn't heard from somebody else or I didn't learn about it online until I did, I had no idea that the voice cast had changed. They did such a phenomenal job. Um, and I don't know, Battle Frontier was just awesome, and I really enjoyed it. And now we're moving on to the golden age of the Pokemon anime, which is Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Say what you want. I know a lot of people that are my age, their favorite gen of Pokemon is Gen 4. Diamond and Pearl was so good. The anime was so good. I think it's also the longest anime series in the longest series in the anime. Um, it has 191 episodes in it. Now I know what you're saying. The Advanced Generation has 192 episodes in it, but you have to remember the Advanced Generation series goes from Advanced all the way through Battle Frontier. So that's the Hoenn region and then the Battle Frontier. The Diamond and Pearl series has 191 episodes, and that's of all of just the Sinnoh League. Um, I really think the Diamond and Pearl anime was the golden age of the Pokemon anime. At least the present day golden age of the Pokemon anime. It was so good. The episodes were so good. Um, Ash's Pokemon team was just incredible. Like I can't even like process how good the Diamond and Pearl and the movies. Oh my gosh, the Diamond and Pearl movies were so good. I'm putting Diamond and Pearl in Arceus tier. Diamond and Pearl was good. Start of the Sinnoh region. Ash meets up with Dawn. Um, just in such a cool way too. Like Team Rocket takes Pikachu, the whole thing happens. Pikachu ends up with Dawn. They meet together. Ash meets up with Brock. Fun stuff. They get introduced to Team Galactic. Ash meets some really great rivals in the Sinnoh region too. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Battle Dimension. Um, Putting Battle Dimension above Diamond and Pearl. Battle Dimension May comes back. Just great. Battle Dimension, just a great series. We're gonna start speeding through these because it's getting late. Diamond and Pearl Sinnoh League victors, I'm putting in high Pokemon Master tier. So good. The Sinnoh League victors was so good. Ash should have won the Sinnoh League, and do you know why he didn't? Because of all of you cheaters out there. All of you cheaters out there, why Ash didn't win the Sinnoh League. I say that because you guys know Tobias, the guy that Ash lost to in the Sinnoh League, who had a Darkrai and a Latios. That guy was made to symbolize all the people that used the action replay during the Diamond and Pearl and Generation 4 games. So all you cheaters out there, I want you to remember it's your fault. Oh, I forgot Galactic Battles. Galactic Battles will go above Battle Dimension. All right, we're speeding through these because we're getting close to an hour of streaming here. All right, next up is Pokemon Black and White, but your heart always knows what's right. Black and White sort of takes a different step to the anime, and when someone is new to the Pokemon anime and they ask where should I start watching, and they don't want to watch all the way back from episode 1, I'd say Pokemon Black and White. Because I kind of say that they restart, but they don't. Pokemon Black and White is also where we learn that Ash is still 10 years old. In the Pokemon Black and White anime, it sort of starts all over again. Ash goes to a new region, and this is the first time that he travels without Brock. In every other region, except for when he's in the Orange Islands, Ash travels with Brock. And instead he travels with Silent and Iris. Silent had big shoes to fill, right? Covering from Brock. And when I first met Silent, I was like, man, he's not Brock. I miss Brock. I love Silent. I went back and rewatched Black and White. I love Silent. He is so funny. Anyway, Pokemon Black and White is very much like the games. People didn't like the Black and White anime because like, oh, there's no Pokemon from other regions. Ash is just Pikachu. Da, da, da. What people forget is Black and White. There were no Pokemon from other regions at the beginning of the game. It was just the Unova Pokemon. So they sort of were reflecting that in the anime. Why Ash's Pikachu lost to Snivy, I do not know. I still rack my brain over that. I think the thing that happened with Black and White, that I'm putting Black and White as our first Delia tier here. And the thing that happened with Black and White, and it's not its fault. It's not the anime's fault at all. Is that they were leading up in Black and White, and you can see this in the episodes. They were leading up to this massive confrontation between Team Rocket and Team Plasma, and you can see that like Jesse and James take a more serious role in Black and White than they do before, because it's this whole operation that they're planning of Team Rocket versus Team Plasma, and it was supposed to be like this massive battle in Castelia City of the two different teams, and it didn't happen. But we get this whole story arc going up to it in the anime. But then there was the earthquake in Japan. I'm pretty sure it's the one that happened that was like also like the nuclear disaster, like the power plant or whatever, that happened right before those two episodes were supposed to air. And because of the earthquake and the big disaster that had happened in Japan, the two episodes never aired. And so all of this build up that we had in Black and White, we never ended up getting because of the earthquake. And I think that also sort of set Black and White down because of that. And then we have Pokemon Black and White Rival Destinies. I liked Pokemon Black and White Rival Destinies. And I don't want to say I didn't like Pokemon Black and White. I really did like Pokemon Black and White. But unfortunately it had that pain of just, it was the first time that they were doing something new. I'm gonna put Pokemon Black and White Rival Destinies, yeah, in low silent tier. Rival Destinies was great. It had a great theme song. We had that awesome battle with Team Rocket and Thundurus, Tornadus, and Landorus. I'll put Pokemon Black and White Rival Destinies down here. Alright, so technically, next is Pokemon Black and White Adventures in Unova, not Pokemon Black and White Adventures in Unova and Beyond. They linked them together. I don't know why they did that, but for the sake of argument, I got bummed because I wish that they were two different things because now I have to rank them all as one. So after Black and White Rival Destinies is Pokemon Adventures in Unova, and that was the Pokemon Black 2, White 2 series, and that was Ash battling Roxy, the 8th gym leader. Instead of Iris or Drayden, and then Ash battled. And then Ash meets up with Cynthia and Dawn again, which was really cool. And then we have the Unova League, and then the battle with Team Plasma. And then we have Adventures in the Decalore Islands, and that's the Adventures in Unova and Beyond. Or in Japanese, it was Best Wishes to DA. I think that the Decalore Islands, it's sort of like the Orange Islands as they were made up for the anime. And Ash traveled around with someone that had Pokemon from Kalos, just like how Tracy had Pokemon from Johto. I think it was because X and Y wasn't ready yet when they started. When Adventures in Unova and Beyond started coming out, X and Y wasn't out yet, the game, so they couldn't release the anime. Adventures in Unova and Beyond, I'm gonna put in a low Brock tier. Adventures in Unova and Beyond. No, you know what? I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna put it here. Charizard comes up. We got a lot of fun stuff that happens in Adventures in Unova and Beyond. Alright, we really gotta start hammering through these because it's getting late. Pokemon the Series XY. I don't know why there's two Pokemon the Series XYs. That's really weird. Pokemon the Series XY. Here we go. Here are the two episodes I was talking about, by the way, that never happened. That never aired in Team Rocket, Rocketoran versus Plasmodon. So Team Rocket versus Team Plasma Part 1, Team Rocket versus Team Plasma Part 2. X and Y. I'm trying to think of where I want to rank X and Y. X and Y I feel like kind of started off slow. I feel like it took a while. Yeah, X and Y kind of started off slow. I'm going to put X and Y in the silent tier. And then I'm going to put... We're going to say that this is X and Y, the series X and Y Kalos Quest. And I'm going to put that in mid-Brock tier. Pokemon XYZ is the peak of the anime series and is going to be going into high... I have to leave Indigo League at the top just for nostalgia reasons, but XYZ goes into high Pokemon Master tier. We gotta start flipping, going through these. Pokemon the series Sun and Moon. Pokemon the series Sun and Moon, they started with the new animation style, and at first it took me a while to get used to it, but I ended up really enjoying it. I'm gonna put Sun and Moon in mid-silent tier. I'm gonna put Ultra Adventures in there, and I'm gonna put Ultra Legends. I'm putting in High Arceus tier. Pokemon Journeys, I'm going to put in low silent tier. Master Journeys, I'm going to put in low silent tier. And then Ultimate Journeys, I'm going to put in high Pokemon Master tiers. Alright, so here we have it. Here is our Pokemon anime tier list. I'm going to download this just so I have it. So here's our tier list. Let's see what other people did. Alright, so this person put X and Y at the top, then Indigo League, then Battle Frontier, then Diamond and Pearl, then Sun and Moon, Advanced Black and White. Interesting. They put Master Journeys at the bottom. Where's Ultimate Journeys? This person didn't even rank Ultimate Journeys. Interesting. Interesting. This person put Black and White in S tier. Interesting. So it's just cool looking at everybody else's tier lists. Alright, anyway, here was our tier list for the Pokemon anime series. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's stream. I'm sorry I've sort of been flipping on and off from the comment section here. Thanks for watching today's stream, everybody. Take care.